Hello everybody, Adrian Melero once again from Miami Acupuncture Therapy with another video for you guys on Melero's Revolutionary Remedies. And in today's video, we're going to talk about pressure points that you could do at home if you have a headache, if you don't happen to have any aspirin available, or if it's, I've had personally occasions where even the aspirin doesn't do anything and only like the needle would actually be the only thing that would alleviate it. And I'm going to show you today some secrets of the trade that you can do at home. And the last video I did almost 2 weeks ago, sorry it's been a while since I uploaded, and the one before that we did self-help for the neck pain and also for low back pain. So if you go back into my video library on my YouTube channel page, you could find those if you find that those might be useful and helpful for you as well. In today's video, when we go over that, we're going to go over the most common points that the majority of people know about, but possibly maybe not. And then at the end, we're going to show some of the lesser known points that the majority of people don't know that I think will find very useful. So some of the more well-known points, if you have a headache point, is the large intestine 4 point, which is right here. Zoom in right here. Usually it's like that little V part, and then you see like the end of the head of this bone right here, like right underneath that bone right there. You could press that and that should help if it's like on the side, the affected side, and then you could do this side also if it's all around. And this point right here is another pressure point, triple Wilmer 5, and that's probably the most commonly known point for a headache. Now, the other lesser known point, if you have a frontal headache, a lot of times it's if indigestion, a lot of times it's in the front, or if you're just starting to calm down with something like a head cold or something like that, or like a flu or anything like that. Usually in Chinese medicine theory, if you have like stagnation here, sometimes by getting your knuckles and going right here like that, and you go like that, you grab it and you pull. It might leave like a little hickey and it might be a little painful for the person at first in the moment, but that release of stagnation usually it really helps resolve the issue, and it really helps. The final point, which is kind of like a all-around point, it's like a kind of the superstar point. All right, if we could zoom in over here, usually if you have like a headache in the back, usually the gallbladder 20 point, which I'm going to demonstrate in a moment, its location. This point, a lot of times from hypertension headaches, doesn't not always necessarily mean it's from hypertension, but it's one of the possible causes. And a lot of times if you're starting to come down with a head cold, you've had exposure to like cold environment, cold and wet, and it's like a sudden change of temperature, you go from one room to the other, that sort of thing, you get the headache here. And in Chinese medicine they call it like wind cold, wind condition, wind syndrome. And usually by rubbing, you could either rub it or press it. Usually the acupuncture needle will work charms, but you know, now that we're at home in the quarantine, there's not always access. So which is one of my main purposes of doing these videos now, so you could do some self-help by rubbing gallbladder 20 or pressure point. It'll help. And then you could find it, if you put both hands here, you're gonna find like a little hole, like a depression under the skull. Like if this is the skull, there's like a little hole here, and it's where two muscles attach, which a lot of times when these two muscles, when your muscles are tight, it could also cause headache too. So sometimes just a little massage, a little bit of stretching here also might alleviate it if that's the cause. Or if you have a partner, you could also, you know, just lift and give like a tiny tension release. Just kind of like a gentle pull, not like a sudden pull, but like a gradual pressure. So you have the location, like I was just saying, is in this little depression here, and that's one of the secret points. Also, if you have a partner available, if the person's lying supine face up, you can have the person and just put your fingers right into that depression there, and just kind of like pull, and that will also release a little local energetic stagnation there, and should help provide relief. So if there's any other points that I didn't think of, if you're an acupuncturist watching this, or anything else, because there's so many cultures, so many natural ways to do things, and across so many cultures that most people are not aware of, that you think might be helpful or useful, pressure points for headaches, just leave a comment below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Next video, we're going to talk about the Osha root, which is a Native American herb, very well known for antiviral properties, and how it compares, how it would be, even though it's not a Chinese herb, how the Chinese herbal medicine will classify it. You know, we're going to talk a little bit about that, some of the properties of that specific herb and how it relate to Chinese medicine. So we'll see you on the next video.